fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Oakland Raiders and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Prescott looks to throw on first. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Jacobs now. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. Room here to run. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 22 yards there, a first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. On first down, they go right back to Cohen. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. On second down, Jacobs. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
From the red zone now, Prescott. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
On second down, it's Cohen. Open space inside the 10. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Tariq Cohen, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready, go to base. Watching your five. Here we go, here we go.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. Open man is Howard, the tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Bridgewater. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. That goes for a gain of 31.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. Prescott now from the 50. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ndamukong Suh. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Prescott. Flush to his right. That's into the hands of Edwards. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's a gain of 34. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way, oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
First down, a run with Cohen. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a 10-yard gain there to set them up first and goal. This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up first and goal.
Yeah, and some nice running right there. That's what got them the first down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Tariq Cohen with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Here's Bryant for the extra point. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go. At their own 25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Just like that.
Bridgewater. They'll find Miller. That's complete. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Trying to lay one up deep. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Carl Joseph. Then he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Levante David in on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6 at the Bucs 30-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Prescott. That's going to be caught by Williams for a Raiders touchdown. Tyrell Williams, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Here's Bridgewater. They'll roll him out right. And it's knocked away and DBoiiGo, the fine cornerback there to make the play defensively.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Watch 80. Watch 80.
From the gun, Bridgewater. Looking downfield for Godwin. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And there, a post route started out right, caught it in the middle of the field, went into the end zone. What typically makes those successful, those deep post routes?
You need help from your complementary receivers, okay? The guy that you want to get the ball is the guy that we just saw catch it and take it into the end zone. So he needs help from the other guys who have to occupy anyone in the middle of the field. Whether it's one safety, sometimes you get two guys in there, either run routes at them so they have to cover them, or somehow freeze them by running underneath them and hoping to draw them towards the line of scrimmage and throw it over his head.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On second down now, it's Jacobs. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
And a Raider first down.
Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. They run. This is Cohen. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. A give to Cohen. He heads right. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Well, lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Here we go. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. You better be a
This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Bridgewater to throw it. He's going to go for a big play downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin. 3rd down here.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
The one with the dime look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 1:53 remaining in this first half of play.
Let's go.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's a handoff to Cohen running right. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Mike, here we go. 480. Mike, 5-4. Here we go, 46. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Here we go again. Hey, watch that. Check, Mike. Hey, just we think.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he's got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Prescott going to come up 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far.
Here we go, 46. Hey, kill. 47.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He's airing it out for Williams. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Back to you. I'm going back to you.
Now a give right side. Cohen. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Prescott from the gun. He's got a man. It's Williams. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 36. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Prescott now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. This is Cohen. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Prescott now. He's airing it out for Williams. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The veteran Jason McCourty there to make sure that one didn't find its target. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Now Prescott. He's got it to Williams. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. Prescott. That's going to be caught by Williams for a Raiders touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On 2nd and 11 now. Bridgewater. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one good for 26 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Right there in the middle, 55. Hey, here I come.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
2nd and 10 at the 50-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Pick it up.
Bridgewater now from the 50. And his throw's going to be incomplete. A.J. Bouye, the fine cornerback, there to make the play defensively.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
Because you're right, they have had no room to breathe. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Bridgewater now. Rolling to his right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked by Darryl Worley. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
On first down, it's Cohen. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Tariq Cohen with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Bryant now to tack on the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Throwing is Bridgewater. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Bridgewater. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The ex-Iowa Hawkeye Mike Daniels in for the sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
First down, Raiders.
Here we go, wide in. 45, Mike, 45. Here we go, going to 54, wide in. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up. 26.
Prescott on 1st down. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. They run it with Jacobs. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Here we go, wide in. Watch the run, watch the run, watch the run. 26.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines.
That's it, baby. We go, go.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. This shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Throwing. Bridgewater. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Right stone. Drive on.
They're indeed going for it. Bridgewater. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 38. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Should their woes on offense continue, that's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
They'll run on first down. Jacobs in a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On second down, it's Cohen. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. Able to find Waller. That's complete. 9 yards on the play and a first down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
On first down, it's Cohen. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
The Raiders on third down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Prescott. He's got his man. It's Williams. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
26-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a carry for Jacobs. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. Here's Bridgewater. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it'll bring up third down. Another wayward pass. Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
On third down, Bridgewater. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So forget about any talk of possible safeties. Here's first and 10, clear on the other side of the field. They'll try the left side. Benjamin. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a give to Jacobs running right. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run on first down. Benjamin. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Mike 54. I got you. I got you, son. I got you, son.
They'll keep it on the ground. Benjamin. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Watch the car! Hey, kill! 26.
Try to run for it with Jacobs. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Here's Bryant for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team
and my goodness, another interception. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Raiders, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gautin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.